Yeah.
Shalom. We gotta give our praises to you.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakada.
Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and salutation to the brothers that teach in truth and sincerity. We're coming at y'all with a quick hit. We'll speak on the battle, a known battle in the Bible. Amalek, who's the so-called they fancy themselves as the Jewish people, which really they so-called white men, which they Edomites, come from a man named Esau. And Israel, of course, Jacob, whose name changed to Israel, had 12 sons. And so we can just go right into it.
All right, you want
The Exodus 17 and 8.
17 and 8. This is Exodus chapter 17, verse 8. It say, Then came Amalek and fought with Israel and Raphadim. Can you continue?
Mm-hmm.
It say, and Moses said unto Joshua, choose us out men and go out fight with Amalek. Tomorrow I will stand on the top of the hill with the rod of God in my hand.
Right. So the backdrop of that, I got this secular history book. It's a Josephus, a known book that we use. Just a backdrop on what's going on. It's this is page book 3, chapter 2, verse 39 on here. It said the name of the Hebrews began already to be everywhere of renown, and rumors about them ran abroad. This made the inhabitants of those countries to be in no small fear. So their name was out because this is when the Lord brought down the those Hamites, is those Egyptians. So our fame already went about the countries.
Mm-hmm.
So people knew about knew about us.
Right, and who's the if you will the world power at that time? It was
Right.
Egypt,
It was
right?
Egypt.
And they got took down by us, and that's why Joshua, they made their ass into slaves. Made their ass the places of drawing water, make them drawers of waters and hewers of wood.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that was a powerful nation.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
Egypt was. They ruled. They
Yeah.
ruled.
Oh yeah, they was taken down. Yeah, no one would come up against them, man. And that was the what you would call like the just like how America is the ruler of this known world, defeated Amalek. Everywhere we went, everyone knew who he was. When we went to the walls of Jericho, they knew exactly who he was. And our name was already out there. That's why the serpent Rahab said, "These people knows, and we know about the fame. We know about the Almighty power, man. We know that the Lord, He watches over you, man." Okay, so we had a name, you know, after that defeat, man. And it's spiritual, because just like use us, and our fame will be just get Zephaniah 3 and 19.
All right. Zephaniah, chapter 3, and verse 19. And it reads,
Yeah.
Zephaniah 3 and 19. Behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee.
Yeah, He gonna do all that afflict the anyone that comes up to attack us, just like Amalek was one of the first nations to attack us, just like now, and attack us to what? Attack us towards our salvation. Where was we headed? We was heading to the promised land. So they basically want to take us away from want to stop us going to the promised land again.
It says, Zechariah 3 and 19, Behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her that halteth, and gather her that was driven out. It says, and I will get them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame.
So in modern times, now we've been put to shame. Basically, we had some bywords, and all these people they kill us and murder us anytime they please. So the Lord gonna give us that fame. Just like then, He gonna make the fame even greater now. All right. You keep on the Exodus.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe you could read it back. Start at 9.
Got you. All right, this is going back to the book of Exodus 17, verse 9. It says, and Moses said unto Joshua, choose us out men and go out, fight with Amalek tomorrow. I will stand on the top of the hill with the rod of God in my hand.
Right, choose out men, because once again, this thing's about an elect. You gotta, just like this, and just like the apostles, they set up men. Through the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, they set up men. Hey man, I'm gonna set y'all up in Chicago. I'm gonna set y'all up in Detroit to go fight against. Really, we is fighting against Amalek spiritually. Because these Rothschilds and these Rockefellers and these trillionaires, or I don't know what's higher than a trillionaire. Like I know it goes deeper than that too. Gazillionaires, they control what's going on and they know all about us. So it's only certain men that's going to fight, because there were weak men that didn't want to fight, man. It was always that in Israel. People who, sellouts. We always had sellouts, people who just disobeyed the Lord, just wicked people. Well, you got to think, prior to chapter 7, chapter 16, they was complaining like a motherfucker about how we ain't feeding me, and we're the water, we're the food, we're the flesh to eat. Let's go back to Egypt. So those men were still dwelling in the camp. So that's why Moses told Joshua, look, you need to find good men that have faith in the Lord. You know what I'm saying? So it's only good men. Just don't get all some willy-nilly person who faith is wavering.
Yeah, kind of like all these other camps. They always talk about just like wanting to get like numbers and things like that. Or just because I was back when IUIC used to just like teach around like Tower City and all that. Or I could just tell by the spirit that just like people giving out pamphlets and everything like that. Or they were either you can tell like through the spirit they weren't they weren't in the spirit of just like being like posted up or something like that. They were just there because they heard about it, or they went to an event with some good food and things like that. Or and it's just kind of like like a job or charity work or some shit. Or but the Lord's looking for people. Or He's looking for soldiers. He's looking for people. Or who have a proper understanding of the scriptures. Or for people who have like faith and are willing to do the works.
Oh, quick one, real quick. 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 2. It said, "And the things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit thou to faithful men who shall be able to teach others also."
You got it.
Yeah. So what y'all was going into was like basically y'all was talking about like the Lord ain't just choose any old man. It's a particular man that the Lord chose, and it's like. The thing is, you want to, how the scripture just read, say, let me bring this part right back real quick. It say, 2 Timothy 2:2, it say, "And the things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit thou to faithful men who shall be able to teach others also." So the Lord got into a point where he chose particular men, all right, and then when he set up those men, all right, you supposed to teach other men that you see that got the spirit that's gonna be willing to bring in other fruit, man. Because it don't work when you got when you give this knowledge unto men that's gonna hide it or hide it under a napkin. You know what I'm saying? As the scriptures speak about, you gotta give it to men that's gonna flip it or double it, man. All right, that's why what the Lord said, He said, and went into whatsoever city you go into, inquire of who is worthy, man.
That's right.
And that's what a lot of people don't understand, man. Everybody can't do this, man. It takes a certain special person, all right, the energy that the Lord created inside you to do what we doing, man. Because otherwise, everybody be doing it, man.
That's right.
You all gotta do. So I gotta take this phone call.
And you was talking about the good. So like what was it? Exodus
17 and 19.
All
But
right,
no,
all right.
grab your precept though.
No. So like you was reading Exodus 17 and 10.
Yes, sir.
All right, and it says,
Go ahead, make your point.
oh yeah, because you was making a point about something good. I think you had read a scripture about something good. But then, hey, what the brothers just read in 2 Timothy, because one of the synonyms of the word faith, good is faithful. One of the synonyms of the word. So you gotta give it to he said faithful men. You gotta give it to, that's one of the synonyms of the word good. But this is
No, because it said choose, meaning those
yeah,
those
that's true.
choose the good men,
Mm-hmm.
elect men of valor. Choose good men. But that, it wasn't saying go choose some any old man. That word choose. He was saying choose a good. That's why Moses told Joshua go choose men that you know that's good, that's going to fight.
Yep. Now it's Micah chapter 7:2. It said the good man is perished out of the earth. Right, and the good, right, the Hebrew word for good is a chasayad, and it means faithful, kind, godly, holy, one saint. All right, it says devout, faithful. All right, devout. It said faithful to kindred. Okay, inspired by friendship, prompt by natural affection, pure, clean. So that's the word good is chasayad. All right, it said the good man is perished out of the earth. Because the Apostle Ramlab, he was doing a video earlier today, and he was going into Matthew's, the 22nd chapter. If I could read it real quick, Matthew's 22:3, and sent forth his, matter of fact, I'll start at 1. Yahweh answered and spake unto them again by parables, and said, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a certain king, which made a marriage for his son, and sent forth his servants to call them that were bidden to the wedding, and they would not come. Because it was at one point in time that the elect, we was still asleep, man. You know? Salakia.
No, that's the spirit.
Yeah, back in Micah 7:2, the good man is perished out of the earth, and there is none upright among men. They all lie in wait for blood. They hunt every man his brother with the net. You know, right? So you had to get particular men. It was a particular group of men that wasn't gonna have this trait or characteristic. You know, to be envious towards his brother, if you will. You know, to be covetous towards his brother. Hey, because 2/3 they covet. Hey, Amalek, they like the brother going Lord's battle. Amalek versus Israel. They covetous. All right, the blessing of what the Heavenly Father gave to us, man.
That's Satan, bro. I don't know what that is.
Just Satan trying to mess up the flow of the battle. But hey, man, you just speak about, just persevere, man. So we're gonna keep going and Exodus, finish where y'all was at.
Exodus chapter 17, verse 10. And it reads, so Joshua did as Moses had said to him and fought with Amalek. And Moses, Aaron, and Hur went up to the top of the hill.
Right. So Moses showed Joshua, man. So Joshua then dropped into the Josephus to say, so Moses, you gotta have courage, man, to fight, to put on the armor and fight, man. That takes great courage. First Maccabees 2 and 55. First Maccabees. Is it 2?
What you looking for?
Come.
That's it.
That's it.
All right.
I'm gonna start at 50. First Maccabees 2 and 55.
Okay.
And it says Jesus.
Right.
But that's just a little bit of edification as far as the name of Yahweh Shai.
Okay.
When you look at the Hebrew characters, because the name Jesus is interchangeable with Joshua.
Yeah. Right.
But it says
I just want to say, just like the one we read about Sirach, in the book of Sirach, it say
Jesus, son of Nahum.
Yeah, Jesus is that's not the same. That's not our Lord Yahweh Shai. For brothers that that probably came across that thought that was Yahweh Shai. But you good.
First Maccabees 2 and 55. Jesus, for fulfilling the words, second word, was made a judge in Israel.
Right. Jesus, which like the brother just broke it down. That's really that's how you know you got to go into them Hebrew words. And that's just, you just got to, because you wouldn't know. How would you know? You didn't go into the word. It means delivered. And at that time, Joshua, he delivered us. Of course, with of course, with Moses, you know,
Caleb.
and who else? Caleb was one of them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you know all those chosen men of Israel at the time, but Joshua was one of them main guys.
Yeah, because it got the precept as
Uh-huh.
well. Joshua 1 and 2. This was a precept right there.
Yeah. Well, what do that say, Joshua? What?
All right.
Yeah. Matter of fact, yeah, that is a good one. I should read a 6. Joshua 1 and 6 too.
All right.
Yeah.
And this is Joshua chapter 1. You said 6.
You said
Yeah.
you said read too.
Yeah,
Oh,
you want to go
read,
straight- okay, straight to the
no,
point.
read 2 and 6.
Okay.
Joshua 1 and 2. Moses, my servant, is dead. Now therefore arise, go over this Jordan, thou and all this people, unto the land which I do give to them, even to the children of Israel. Jumping down to 6. It said, be strong. It said, be strong and of a good courage.
Right.
For unto this people shalt thou divide for an inheritance the land which I swear unto their fathers to give them.
Right. Because Moses was giving him at the time was about to he couldn't enter to the land. So Joshua and Caleb, you know, that younger generation had to take over.
Passing the torch.
He's passing the torch because Joshua he showed his courage in this Amalek battle, man. Was one of the first wars, man. So people already looked up to Joshua, man. But he kept his flame going, man. And just like the apostles of Great Millstone, they they give us inspiration. You know, they give us a fire to always keep pushing. Cause the apostles said, look, y'all don't even gotta come out here. Just keep pushing. You know, we see each other one day. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
So, all right, so you know, and Amalek, the piece of shit of a nation, like he is. When you read the backdrop of this, you know, it say, I'm gonna keep reading, and said Joshua, the son of Nun of the tribe of Ephraim, over them, one that was of great courage, which we just read. So it's lining up. This secular history book is lining up scriptures. It say, and patient to undergo labors, and great abilities to understand and to speak what was prospered, and very serious in the worshiping of God, and indeed made like another Moses, and a teacher of pity towards God, meaning having a mercy. God, you want to have mercy. God to have mercy upon you. Check this out. He also appointed a small party of the armed men to be near the water and to take care of the children and the women. Because you gotta remember, we was what's that word? Nomads.
Nomads. Yep.
We were just on the move, man. We ain't had no steady home, so we had millions of children with us, man. You gotta think. We had millions of children, women, cattle. We had it all. We was like when you see us, we were just like, it was millions of us. Just going to the promised land. So Joshua was so much in the spirit, he set up little small companies just to protect the little children and the women. So that shows you that we, and even us in this time now, brothers got family. Lord willing, that's what we can deliver our children with us. You know, Lord bless us with that spiritual powers. You know, save our children. You know, brothers got women. You know, cause that's where gonna be sex in the kingdom. We gonna, all that. All right, so that's just a backdrop, and Amalek so much of a devil. And we knew he was a devil. And that's why we set up little to protect the children, because Amalek so much of a fucking snake. He gonna try to hit the weak of us, man. All right, so we can go back in Exodus. So this is a backdrop, because the Bible is sped up. Bible, it just gets to the point. That's why the apostles say you always gotta go into secular history and read the history on these type of things. Because you could be reading something, a verse, and then it just jumps. You wouldn't know
another period of time.
Another period of time where a whole nother situation. You want to understand the backdrops. Not to go far off topic. That's why they don't understand the Greek, because the Bible mentioned nothing about the Greek in the Old Testament. When you read after Malachi, it just jumps to the New Testament.
Mm-hmm.
Then so you like, but damn, where did the Greeks come from? That's why you gotta read the Apocrypha.
Mm-hmm.
The secular history is all through here
Mm-hmm.
to understand the what's going on, how we even started with the Greek stuff. Alexander and Philip of you know. All right, sorry.
You good?
Yeah.
You in the spirit.
Yeah, man. So it's saying, so Moses went to the top of the hill. So, cause all this is, cause we can't do it without the Lord. That's why we made supplications. We went to the top of the hill, man. You know.
It says Exodus chapter 17 and verse 11. It says, and it came to pass when Moses held up his hand that Israel prevailed.
Right. So it was like so when Moses basically was praying to the Lord all throughout the whole fight. Basically, what was he? What you think he was doing? He was praying. He was, you know, he was praying to the Lord that he was holding up something. His rod, his rod, his staff. So that goes into no, I'm gonna keep reading. I'm gonna get it later.
It says Exodus 17:11. It came to pass when Moses held up his hand that Israel prevailed, and when he let down his hand, Amalek prevailed.
Right. So now get
right, because hand represents power,
power,
and the hand of the Most High. You know, and who was with us. You know, when the Most High was with us, we was prevailing. You know, but when the Most High took that covering off of us, that's when he started. You know, Amalek started getting the best of us, if you will. That's right. You said get what?
Galatians 6:1.
All right. This
or
is
it might be 2. It might be Galatians 6:2.
All right.
Hold carry each other burden.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is Galatians chapter 6 and verse he said the burdens, right?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. This is Galatians 6:2. It said bear, well, I'll start at 1. It said, brother, if a man be overtaken in a fault, ye which are spiritual, restore such a one in the spirit of meekness, considering thyself, lest thou also be tempted. Verse 2, bear ye one another's burdens, and so fulfill the law of Mashiach.
Right. So and that's physically and spiritually. You got to bear each other's burdens, man. And at that time, Aaron and Ur went up with Moses to hold up that banner, and Moses' hand was getting weak, man. So guess what? They grabbed on, man, which is really like is spiritually is the fulfillment of all the Israelites coming together, working together. You know, because what was Aaron? That was when all 12 tribes was. Joshua was what? He was the Ephraimite, so that was he's the head of the northern kingdom. And Moses was what? Was from a Levite. And, yeah, well, was he a Levite? Yeah, Levite. Okay, so that was southern kingdom, right? So that's the we was coming together. So what's that in Isaiah 11?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
This
is Isaiah.
I got one for you too.
This is Isaiah chapter 11 and verse 11. Well, you want to get to the point?
Yeah, you get to the point.
It's Isaiah 11 and 12. It says, and he shall set up an ensign for the nations and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel.
Right. So that ensign right now, that banner that we lifting up now. So we gotta keep it lifted up. Is this truth? Hey, we gotta keep this truth. We gotta always. Us putting the videos is keeping that hand high.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And once you miss 2 weeks, you kind of giving him giving him the up on you. You know what I'm saying? Once you let go of your hand, you let your guard down. Nigga can smile, you. That's why you get in a fight. You keep your hand up, spiritually.
Yep.
You never put your hands down in no fucking fight.
So,
and that's why you got brothers to even help you. To keep your hands up.
Oh, slack you real quick.
Yeah, and your chin down.
You know? St. Luke, 9:62.
Yeah.
And Yahushua said unto him, no man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of the Most High.
That's spirit. That's straight to the point. No man. You put your hand to this plow, and you gotta stay on the plow. You gotta. You can't let go. You can't look back. You gotta stay focused on what you're doing, man. You know, so man, that's just what it is.
It says Isaiah 11 and 12, and he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth.
And that's what we're doing, and that's why this insight is so important. That's why apostles and they saying, man, they get on the comment boards, people from everywhere now saying shalom, man. So that's what the truth been preached all over the world, man. Because the apostles actually been keeping their hand to the plow, like the brother just said, and keeping their hands held high.
It said, verse 13, the envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall...
The adversaries of Judah, the 12 tribes is Amalek. That's really what it is. Because guess what? They everywhere attacking us, man. So because we didn't go start doing this on the carnal side, we start doing the spiritual side, and Amalek is not spiritual at one fucking bit. You know, so this is a spiritual thing. So when they came up to attack us, they thought it was going. No, man, this is all through the spirit. This is all Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua doing this, man. They didn't know that the Lord roll. We roll with the Lord like that, man. You know. All
It
right.
said, Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim.
Yeah, so that separation is done away with amongst the elect first.
Right.
And yeah,
because in Amos, what the Lord said, he was going to close up the breaches thereof. He tearing down that wall of partition. Right, that separation. That Esau built up. And mainly Amalek. Because they the main ones. They the forerunners, if you will. They at the forefront of the agenda.
Spirit.
Yeah.
I got one for you real quick. Because just going back to the scripture you read in Exodus about how Moses' hands were getting weak and all that, and they had his brother help him. So Ecclesiastes 4 verse 9 say two are better than one because they have a good reward for their labor. For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow. But woe to him that is alone when he falleth, for he have not another to help him up. They say again, if two lie together, they can have heat, but how can one be warm alone? Yeah, so just going back to that scripture in Exodus, man, it's like about how that's why the Lord got to where you got brothers, man. All right, the brother. That's why the brothers are so important, man. It's because when you get weak and you out the spirit, you might call a brother, you might be around a brother, and he might that spirit that he in, it might help you, man. So it's an ongoing, continual cycle of just of being more in the spirit, man. Because this world will fucking get you down, man. Yeah, all damn day you fighting demons, even when you go to sleep, man. Job spoke about that, man. He spoke about he went to sleep on his couch and stuff like that. He was, you know what I mean, he's going through hell, man.
Right. And that's the spirit, because when the Lord delivered us from Egypt, it wasn't just Moses. He had his brother first of all, and then he was still getting weighed down with problems. And what the Lord do, he told him to get the elders of the tribes and you know what I'm saying, appoint over them. 100 this man and 1,000 roughly paraphrasing.
Because the elder said he was doing it was too much on him, man.
Yeah.
He said, "Why should you destroy yourself?" Pretty much, man.
Yeah.
You got it.
Just a backdrop or what we just read in the secular history. It say so the army joint battle, and it came to a close fight, hand to hand, both sides showing great strength and encouraging one another. And indeed, while Moses stretched out his hand towards heaven, it said the Hebrews were too hard for the Amalekites. So while the Hebrews, while the Lord was blessing us because of Moses' hand, rod stayed in the air because the help of his brother, we was too much for the Amalekites, the so-called white man. All right, so secular history is lining up with the scriptures.
It's back in Exodus 17 and 12. It said, but Moses' hands were heavy, and they took a stone and put it under him, and he sat thereon, and Aaron and Hur stayed up his hands, the one on the one side and the other on the other side.
Right, now that stone was Yahushua spiritually, because we know the scriptures say, I am the cornerstone. He's the chief cornerstone. Now, if y'all know where that at, y'all can bring it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Yahushua is that rule, that cornerstone which we build on, man. You know?
And like I say, it's two.
Yeah.
Let me just grab this one real quick, just
Yeah.
to back up what you're saying.
Mhm.
Yeah, because Yahushua, that stone was also spoken about in Daniel, the second chapter.
Yeah.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 2, verse, give me 1 second. 2, verse, give me 1 second, Salakia.
You good? I'm looking at that cheap stone. No, in Ephesians,
2 I believe. I might give me 1 second. I'm trying to find the Salakia.
I got one in Ephesians. I'm gonna read it.
Go ahead. All right, cool. I'm still looking for it.
Yeah, this Ephesians 2 and
I just almost passed it.
Ephesians 2.
Okay, here we go. I got it. Salaki. This is Daniel chapter 2, verse 34. It says, thou sawest till that a stone was cut out, it said, without hands, which smote the image, all right? And the image is going to the whole collection of the empires, you know what I mean, starting from the Babylonian Empire on down to this current structure that we're in now. It said, thou sawest till that the stone was cut out without hands, which smote the image upon his feet that was of iron and clay, and break them to pieces. It says that there was, it said, then was the iron and clay and brass and silver and gold broken to pieces together and became like the chaff of the summer threshing floors, and the wind carried them away, that no place was found for them. And the stone that smote the image became a great mountain and filled the whole earth. So with that, and they said that stone that smote that image, right, became a great mountain, meaning it became a great government or a great kingdom. And then it says, and filled the whole earth, man. Because once Yahushua take down this current power structure, his kingdom will take place, man. That's why I said they filled the whole earth. All right, because those then it went into the silver, and like I said, silver and brass and all that. And like if brothers sure already know, it's just talking about the rulerships and stuff like that. And when you go to Daniel 7th chapter and 8th chapter, it goes more into it. But once Yahushua come back, like I said, just backing up what the brother said, that Yahushua is that stone. That stone is gonna take down this current power structure, man. All right, y'all got it.
Yep, I got it. This First Peter,
Yeah.
chapter 2 and verse 6. Wherefore it is contained in the scripture, behold, I lay in Zion a chief cornerstone, elect, precious, and he that believeth on him shall not be confounded.
That's right. So that's and that's our Lord and Savior. And I got one too. Ephesians 2. Ephesians 2. Hey, man, just hard to find.
No, that's cool. Like I said, because sometimes they be looking right in front of your face.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, that ultimately, man, is like with the because the brother titled it about the battles and stuff like that. The battle Amalek and stuff like that. That battle is gonna come full circle once them damn Israelis, all right, get involved with World War III.
Yeah.
All right, sure, the least of the flock shall draw them out. So this spiritual, how the brother put the title. Like I said, Amalek is gonna get in the midst of this, and they're gonna be one of the main ones that's gonna come against Yahushua, because who runs this current rulership right now? The Amalekites, man. So it's all spiritual, man. It's gonna come back full circle, man. That ultimate battle, the last battle that's gonna ever take place on earth, all right, it's gonna be many with them damn Amalekites, man. Ain't gonna be no more war after no more fighting after this. Even though we're gonna be damaging Esau in the kingdom, we're gonna be fucking them up, but you know, other than that,
The war is when you have opposing sides. You have somebody's opposing, you know what I'm saying? That's why it ain't gonna be no war, because nobody gonna oppose Yahweh Shem HaShai and his people, the Israelites. That's why it's not gonna be no war. They're not gonna be opposed to anything.
And that's in Isaiah. They talk about.
And then the curse is gonna fall on them anyway. The scripture said there should be no might in our hand. Shit. Because we opposed to this, but we still gotta deal with it.
Yeah, man.
But I got something. This Isaiah 28:16. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh power, behold, I lay in Zion for a foundation, right? Which a foundation is what? Something that you build off on.
That's right.
You know, a substructure.
Yeah.
You know, it says a stone, a tried stone, a precious cornerstone, a sure foundation. He that believeth shall not make haste. I got one more. This is Acts 4:11. It says, "This is the stone which was set at naught of you builders." Right? It says, "Which has become the head of the corner." Right? Yahweh Shema Shai. That doctrine that the apostles and the elders been pushing. Right? It was set at naught of you builders, man. All right? But now it's become the chief cornerstone. The bro make a mention. The camp, you know, there's a lot of brothers in the camp, and so on and so forth, man.
That's right.
You know?
Yeah, this Ephesians. Yeah, we won't keep on this, you know, trying to mess this up. But
I got something real quick. This
yeah.
This is Second Esdras, chapter 14 and 13. It said, "Now therefore set thy house in order and reprove thy people." And that's what he's doing. And those Amalekites, they don't like that. Because why, like the brother said, they know who exactly we are, and they know what's going to happen if we get our people in order. And that's what we doing, building the nation. That's what Moses and them was doing back in the book of Exodus we reading about. It said, "Reprove thy people," meaning correct them. All right? It said, "Comfort such of them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption." That's right. It said, hey, because Moses, that's what he did, man. And he was comforting unto them. He renounced that corruption of him. He thought he was an Egyptian.
That's right.
You know, following their ways and their philosophies. It said, verse 14, "Let go from the mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, put off now the weak nature." It said, "And set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee." Like the brother said, it's heavy. You know what I'm saying? We got to set that aside and keep going, because it's a goal that we trying to reach.
That's right.
It said, "And set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to fly from these times." That's what it is, right? We hasten to fly. We fucking forget. Yeah, it's heavy, but look, man, hey, we put that off. We hasten to fly from these times. We gotta get out of here.
If I can say something, that's what keeps you going, man. It's the brothers. You see, brothers keep striving, and then, like it gives you that mindset to keep enduring, man. You gotta also keep the kingdom in mind, man. The kingdom is is the goal, is the end all be all, man. If you sincerely want this place to go down, man, you gonna give it your all, man. You ain't gonna stop until the Lord make Zion praise, man.
Yeah, we was going to the promised land.
Yeah.
So we was just like now we thinking of the promised land, the kingdom,
Hell
man.
yeah, man.
Right.
We was going to the promised land, man. Shit,
Right.
the land of milk and honey.
Yeah.
That's what we want, man.
And not the scriptures say, "Cast your burdens upon the Lord."
Yeah,
So that's what's heavy unto you. You gotta, right.
I get that, bro.
Yeah, get that, because that's what's heavy unto you. We gotta forget that, man, and still hate the fly. We gotta cast that on the Lord and still continue to push. You know, just like Moses and them did. That's why the brother said that the stone that he put under was Yahweh Shai. He cast their burdens on the Lord, and they kept going. You know,
That's right, man. That's the spirit.
It's like it was 50-51 and it's like here we go. This is Psalms chapter 51. All right. Let me see. I'll start from actually let me start from 8 real quick. It says, "Make me to hear joy and gladness, that the bones which thou hast broken may rejoice." It say, "Hide thy face from my sins and blot out all my iniquities. Create in me a clean heart, O Yahweh, and renew a right spirit within me. Cast me not away from thy presence."
Hey, because that was the Most High. He was doing that to his people. And we go back into Exodus, man. You know, Moses. You know, he went up to get the commandments. He was bringing us together. You know,
It says,
he wasn't hiding his faith from us no more, because prior to that we was in captivity, where he, you know.
Yep. It says, slacking. Verse 13. It say, "Then will I teach transgressors thy ways, and sinners shall be converted unto thee."
Yeah, right. And that's what happened with Moses. Yep, we got converted unto Yahweh Shema Shai. The ones that didn't believe, they died off in the wilderness, man. All right, but everybody else, they came back into the laws, that's commandments.
Yep. It says, slacking. No, this ain't even the right one. Slacking. Might be over
That was a
here.
good one, though.
Yeah, I know it's in that chapter where it say, "Cast thy burden for the." See if you
Type it in.
Yeah, come.
So I'm gonna just read this again. This Exodus 17:12. "But Moses' hands were heavy, and they took a stone and put it under him, and he sat thereon, and Aaron and Hur stayed up his hands. the one on one side and the other on the other side, and his hands were steady until the going down of the sun.
Right, so we
If I can say, he said to the going down of the sun, you gotta be steady until the Most High say he gonna bring the sun down at noon. They got that. You gotta, I just thought about it. He said he stayed steady until the sun went down. The Most High gonna cast this devil down. We gotta keep going.
Yeah, keep
So I get, brother. I need to cut it off. Hold on.
You gotta get in there, man.
You gotta get it. Hey,
Watch it.
scripture
It
say.
was right in front of
And
you.
we
too.
was
I
carrying,
saw
we
it.
was,
Yeah.
at that same time we carried should say carry your own cross. And guess what? When Yahweh was holding his cross, a brother came to help him with that cross, man. So guess what, man? And we working with the Lord. That's why the Lord, the Heavenly Father, Son, he called us brothers, called us friends, because we brothers help each other, man.
Yeah.
You know so because when he was going to get crucified, brother helped him carry his cross, and plus he had the apostles with him. You know that helped him throughout his journey. And he was mainly helping the apostles, but it was a brotherhood though.
I just want to say this too before I grab this precept, and that just show you how important brothers really are to you, man. Because we talking about Yahweh Shai, man, the strongest being under Yahweh, the Most High. He needed people, man. He needed brothers, you know what I'm saying, to help him with his walk in life. And that's the strongest man ever to walk the earth, man. That strongest entity, like I said, under the Most High, man. So if he needed brothers, how much more are we, man? We ain't nowhere near the level of Yahweh Shai, man. But let me grab this real quick about Shai. Psalms 55, verse 22. And like brother saying, the precept be right in front of you sometimes, damn. It says, "Cast thy burden upon the Lord, and he shall sustain thee."
Right, hey, that's how Moses was able to keep his hands steady,
right.
man. You know?
It said, "He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved."
He was steady.
Yeah, he was steady.
We
Right there.
and we firm, man.
Yeah.
You know, it's a foundation, man. So we can't be broke, man.
Yep.
The scripture say, anyone that come against this, try to come up against this, it's like they coming against a wall. You know, and then when we come against someone, we grind them. We grind them. All right, so. Verse 13.
It says, Exodus 17:13, and Joshua discomfited Amalek and his people with the edge of the sword.
Right, and that's what's gonna be real soon physically, man. We're gonna Lord gonna give us the power to actually physically, to put these Edomites in slavery. And the first ones who go into slavery is the so-called white man, which known as these so-called Jewish people, these Rockefellers who fancy themselves to be Jews, Jewish, and the Amalek, so-called white man, Esau, man. All right.
I got some of this. Obadiah 1:18. It said, "And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house." Because when you go into the word fire, the Hebrew word is ash. It said the point of a spear, a sword. They just said Joshua, he discomfited Amalek and his people with the edge of the sword. And in the kingdom of heaven, it says, "And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame." It said, "And the house of Esau for stubble." It says, "And they shall kindle in them and devour them, and they shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord Yahweh has spoken."
You're right, because guess what? When we read down, because y'all the first nation that y'all been devils ever since y'all came out the womb, man. It's no getting along with y'all. Y'all been devils since Jacob and Esau, and Cain and Cable, and there's a serpent. When we first left Egypt, y'all the first nation that fucking attacked us, man. Y'all been, even to this modern day, you can't even watch the news without hearing about a police officer killing a Jake, or just your daily life just with you. You can't even do something without Edomites messing up something you got going on within your life.
They had the situation out there in Cali at the BART train station or something, where the twin sister got stabbed. And Esau killed, he stabbed the Jake's sisters out of nowhere, just out of nowhere.
Damn.
All right, and then you had another situation where there's one Edomite he befriended one Jake woman and killed her.
Yeah,
you know, and then
the the black woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yup, and then you had another situation. It's just multiple accounts, man.
Yeah, man.
You know.
Don't stop.
Yeah, man. So guess what?
Yeah, and if I can say this, because why?
yeah.
The Most High said He was gonna set enmity between thy seed and her seed. You know.
That's right.
Yeah.
Get Isaiah, book of Isaiah 30 and 20.
All right. This is Isaiah. This is Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 20. It says, and though and though the Most High give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction,
Which is dealing with these Amalek, the Edomites. Though he gives us these, though he sent these, because really the Most High just testing us, man, as a nation. So though these enemies come at us like a flood, you know, and attack us, the water of affliction.
it says, it said, and though the Most High Yahweh will give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers.
Right, and that's what's going on. At Apostles of Great Millstone through the Spirit Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah, we wasn't pushing no fucking corner, man. We've been fighting. We've been fighting a good fight of faith ever since they learned the truth. Ever since the truth came out, and the Lord He lifted up that banner. This nation of elect just been gathering. We've been rallying back up.
Oh, real quick, I got one for you.
Yeah.
Since you said all that, like some, Isaiah chapter 62, verse. I'm gonna start at 10.
Yeah.
It says, go through the gates, prepare ye the way of the people, cast up the highway, gather out the stones, lift up a standard for the people. And that's what we doing, man. Say go through the gates, man. And say gather up the stones and say set up a standard for the people, man. So like I said, once we heard the elders and the Spirit got up on us and we went out there and started teaching, it's like that's what we doing, man. We setting up that standard for our people, man. Because prior to us hearing the elders, man, we ain't have no standard of life, man. You was just doing whatever, man. Like we was doing whatever. And we didn't have no type of discipline. The little bit of discipline you thought you might even had. You know what I mean? Because you got some brothers, like, you know, all the brothers come from different walks of life. We had different upbringings and stuff like that. Some brothers in the military and all that. That's a form of discipline, but it ain't like the law, statutes, commandments, man. We just doing whatever, eating whatever, doing like just being pretty much like an animal, man. Like scripture say, a brute beast, man.
Yeah.
Finishing it out, it says, "Behold, the Lord hath proclaimed it to the end of the world. Say ye the daughter of Zion, behold, thy salvation cometh. Behold, his reward is with him, and his work before him."
Yeah, we get rewards for all this stuff,
Yeah,
man. You get rewarded, man. You don't think those men got rewarded?
Yeah.
It might not. Once again, it might not happen right there and then. But you gonna get your reward through all these acts that you did.
Yep.
And guess what? To the men that stayed behind during that fight, shame on you, man. Because they ain't believe that. Oh, Moses raising up his hand with this. That ain't gonna work. This is Amalek. We ain't nothing. And guess what? We defeated them. We discomfited them. Scriptures say, meaning. We fucked them up, and second history going to I ain't gonna read all it. Said we fucked them up so bad they start running because we fucked up the main forces, the generals. We was fucking them dudes up, man.
Right.
We was discomfited them.
Yeah,
man.
that's why the
You
book of
know
Job said they yelled after them as after a thief, because that's when we drove them to the mountains and shit.
we was fucked them up. Yeah. And it was bloody. You know, I mean, you know, it was no mercy. You damn right. The Lord have mercy upon us, and the Lord have no mercy upon our enemies, man.
Yeah, the scripture say that he gonna show judgment upon him that have shown no mercy. Yeah, something to that effect.
Yeah, I just,
you wasn't shy to shed blood. So look, we ain't gonna be shy to shed your blood when it's time to come.
Yeah, Ezekiel 35.
Yeah.
Since thou hast not, you know what I'm saying? And it says Ezekiel 35 and 5,
Yeah.
mainly, you know what I'm saying? You know, sifted out has not hated blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, blood. Yeah.
Blood shall and pursue you, man.
Got one real quick with the brothers quoted. James 2 verse 13 say, "For he shall have judgment without mercy
Without mercy. Go ahead.
that have showed no mercy."
Esau, he ain't showed no mercy.
Oh, yeah,
The Most High said he cast off all pity. You got
Yeah, and this is when we had, like I said, the secular history said, man, we had children, all types of shit with us, man. Newborn babies, all that shit. You know, and the apostle just went inside the video how they said, woe to them that get stuck in them days, because he was saying how that mainly goes into 70 AD, because in this time now, guess what? We're going to have newborn babies, man. He was saying, he was like, we're going to have babies, little children, stuff like that, man. You know? Just like that, we had babies, and they didn't give a fuck. They attacked us, man. So that's why the Lord gonna show us no mercy, meaning He gonna put that no mercy spirit on us. That's why Scripture said we gonna do away with their babies, bash them against the wall, bash them against the stone.
Yeah, happy as he.
Happy as he. Guess what? Women, children, all that. We gonna get He gonna give us a animal like mind. Cause I say that because the animal goes for the weak. An animal don't give a fuck. You watch a documentary animal, a woodpeck. Oh shit, they go after the little babies. They can't do nothing for themselves, man, and they rip them apart. Guess what? That's how we gonna be, man. We gonna be to the point we ain't gonna give a fuck, and it's all gonna be through righteousness.
Let me get this real quick. We talk about like we have babies and all that stuff.
Yeah.
This is 2nd Maccabees chapter 5 verse. I'm starting at 17. It say, "And so haughty was Antiochus in mind that he considered not that the Lord was angry for a while for the sins of them that dwelt in the city, and therefore his eye was not upon the place. For had they not been formerly wrapped in many sins, this man, as soon as he had come, had forthwith been scourged, had put back from his presumptuous, as Heliodorus was from Seleucus, the king, sent to view the treasury." I'm gonna kind of jump down a little bit. It says, verse 21 says, "So when Antiochus had carried out of the temple 1,800 talents, he departed in all haste unto Antiochia." It says, weaning in his pride to make the land navigable and the sea passable by foot. Such was the haughtiness of his mind. It says, jumping down a little bit more, it says verse 23, and at garrison Andronicus, it says, and besides Melanius, it said whose worse than all the rest, bearing heavy hand over the cities, having a malicious mind against his countrymen, the Jews. They go around the point while I was getting at. Verse 24, he sent also that distasteful ringleader Apollonius with an army of 22,000, commanding him to slay all those that were in their best age and to sell the women and the younger sort. Yeah, so even back then, man, that mindset, them damn Edomites, they always been about praying on the weekend, you know what I'm saying? And just pretty much getting not battling up front with the warriors, man.
Yeah, the men.
Yeah, the men, you know what I'm saying?
Taking it head on.
Yeah.
Right. That's how you know Esau a coward. Even with the situation that going on in Texas with the migration and the zero tolerance shit right there, that lets you know Esau, he going for the weaker. He going for the weaker Jakes first. Yeah. You know? That's who he gonna go for first. Even when they push out the R50 microchip, he gonna present it to who? Jakes that don't have no covering.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, because I was like, if I could say this too, like you said, it's like them Edomites, they usually straight cowards, man. Because like even if you look at how Esau do business, man, he do business with a lot of women and shit like that. Like, why would you do business with a woman? She's weaker in all forms, even if it's an Edomite. Like says the Edomite and the Edomite woman. The woman is naturally weaker, so you're just gonna do business with her. You might have the upper hand because she's a woman, man. You are. What you say,
that was his MO from the jump when he was the snake.
Oh yeah, exactly, man. Going back to the garden, man.
Yeah, that's right.
Right, he did business with.
Yeah,
he didn't want to deal with a real man.
Yeah, that's right, man.
Yeah, he terrified. He's so terrified of real men.
Yeah, you know, you knock on, say, either might come on your door trying to sell you something. He ain't gonna eat. Is the man in the house?
I said, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, man, because he know the men gonna be a lot more They're just not gonna be having it, man. Just for lack of better words.
Yeah, they ain't
like,
gonna
I've
be
been-
that gullible.
Yeah,
I've been in like with like all like the sales jobs.
Yeah, I have
Me
too.
too.
Like these salesmen, you know, they tell some of their stories.
They come.
It was like like one guy was like, I almost had this sale, but then her husband fucked it up.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
true.
right.
I used to work for Just Energy.
And even in this society, man, hey, when a woman comes to the, when a man comes to the door, you deal with it, man. A man gotta do what? Cause I deal with sales too. He said I gotta ask my wife. He call my wife, because the women is in a position of power right now.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
Man. You supposed to be at.
No, what you had to say?
No, we good. I mean,
Okay.
y'all always saying y'all bring it up, but we should just jump back to Exodus.
All right, yeah, come on.
Good.
Yep, this Exodus chapter 17 and verse 14. It said, and the Most High said unto Moses, write this for a memorial in a book.
So that's what it is. That's right. Just for like, I mean, at all. Remember this all times. This is for you, man. Maccabees 9 and 10.
All right, this first Maccabees chapter 9 and verse 10. And it reads,
Yeah, because Judas the Maccabees knew about Moses and them, man. We always had oral history passed down to us, man. Why you think the Maccabees? Well, it proves that the Maccabees knew about Joshua because he just said it. Jesus, meaning not that word, but it was the Hebrew delivered.
Yeah.
It was just how it shot.
Yeah, come.
You know, so he knew about the strength of Joshua. Yeah, so where you think all this fight, the Maccabees fighting? Because they know about our history, man.
If I can say this too,
And just like now, we know about our history. That's why we should have fight.
yeah, because back then, man, like we've been so removed from this our knowledge. Is like the average Israelite knew about like the scrolls. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the average Israelite, like say this is how Jake is now. Like the average Jake know about Michael Jordan and all these like great.
Right.
That's how I was with our knowledge, man. Like you walk down the street, like the average Israelite knew he was a Jake, and I'm from this tribe and this, that, and third. You know what I mean? But of course you had the scholars and stuff like that was on a totally another level. But the average Israelite back in those days, they knew somewhat of the scrolls. They knew about Moses and Isaiah and all other ancient prophets.
That's right.
You know about it.
Bring it out.
First Maccabees 9 and 10. Then Judah said, Yahweh power forbid that I should do this thing and flee away from them.
Right. How forbid the scripture speaks about even in the Old Testament, we shouldn't fear nothing but only fear the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Just fear me. And so that goes into you really can't fear man.
Yeah, because scripture said perfect love casteth out fear.
Yeah.
And how do you love the Lord? We ain't perfect, but the scripture said, be ye perfect. So we strive to be perfect. And how do you love the Lord? Keeping the laws as a commandment. That's what cast about all that fear, man.
That's right.
Oh, it's like, and that just made me think, son. That's why brothers, like when you're on the highways, it's like you got a different spirit on you, man.
Right.
Motherfuckers be pulling guns on you. It's like you just don't got you. You's like, hey, man, it's a spirit on you, man. That's why this scripture I just quoted, perfect love casteth out fear, man. When you love something to a point where you just your life is no longer, you're not even thinking about, like, say somebody rolled in on your house and try to do some harm your kid and your woman. That perfect love that you got for them, it's gonna cast out that fear. You're gonna act upon it, man.
Sure.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
In a movie, that movie Ready Player One, in the game, this nigga loved the virtual reality game so much that he was willing to zero out. And when you zero out, it means you lose all of your everything. You lose everything for it. You feel me?
Oh, that's the spirit.
So we ready to zero out for this thing.
Yeah, most definitely. I gotta watch this.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Hey, but the animal I like those ducks. If you ever walk up to a duck, like a baby duck, and a mama duck right there, she don't fucking play. That duck run up on you and shit, start cracking at like that mama duck, the mama goose don't play about her kid, man. So that's what y'all was saying.
Yeah, on an average situation, like she probably wouldn't have rolled up on you like that. You know what I'm saying? But she loved the duckling so good. I mean, so much. She ready to do whatever. That's how brothers is for Yahweh Shah, man.
Yeah, that's why you gotta treat this word like your woman. That's how Jake love a woman, bro. Jake be crashing out for him, like the scripture said, first address. Some have erred and died for women, roughly paraphrased. You gotta crash out for this thing.
Yeah, man.
Hey, we crash dummies, man. When you think about it, man. Real talk. On some righteous side. It's First Maccabees 9:10. Then Judas said, Yahweh power forbid that I should do this thing and flee away from them.
Yeah, the Most High forbid for you to run away, man. So you really don't have no free will. It's like a forbid. The Most High forbid us to stop fighting. Because his hand was up. Joshua probably wasn't him. We had the Most High put the spirit on Joshua just to fight. He didn't even understand what he was doing.
It says, it's like you
Teaching my hands to war.
That's right, y'all.
It says, if our time becomes, let us die manfully for our brethren, and let us not stain our honor.
That's what it is. And Judas Maccabees understood that Joshua did that. He fought. He was young. He didn't really understand everything about war and death. But guess what? He fought manfully. And Joshua, and they was losing at one point in time because remember Moses' hand got weak. So Amalek started having to overcome. But then that stone came, which is Yahweh Shah, which gave them the strength to conquer them.
I got one real quick for you.
Let me read it.
Psalms 18 verse 31. It says, and I'm starting 32. It says, it is Yahweh that girdeth me with strength and maketh my way perfect. He maketh my feet like hen's feet and setteth me upon my high places. He teacheth my hands to war, so that a bow of steel is broken by my arms. Thou hast also given me the shield of thy salvation, and thy right hand hath holding me up, and thy gentleness have made me great. Yeah, so it's ultimately the Lord, man. We understand that too, man. The more spiritual brothers get through the spirit, Yahweh Shem Shah, we understand that ain't nothing. We can't take credit for nothing, man. Everything that we doing on a day-to-day is through the spirit, man. You know, the Most High literally controls any and everything, man. So, hey, King David, it wasn't even King David that was doing all that. It was the spirit placed upon him to do what he was doing. Because the average Jake, like you gotta think about that. King David, they was killing babies, all type of stuff, man. Like how many, like an average Jake, like they got so much love in their heart, like they kind of find it hard to like just kill a baby, even it might be an Edomite baby.
That's right.
Like it's just you got like that's how the Most High made it. So they just show you that the spirit was on King David to do what he was doing, man. Just to straight up fucking gut a baby out, like damn. You know, you like shit,
You
man.
was doing that foreskin thing.
Yeah, man, cutting off the
that
foreskin of the Philistines and shit. And you had to bring them back. Like that's, come on, man. You taking a rod of a man and you just cutting off like that. You gotta have a spirit on you to do that, man. It's like shit, man. Like, you got it.
It's like Exodus 17.
So it's like, did you finish that or?
No, go ahead.
Oh, all right. This is all. This is a good like closing scripture though.
Okay.
All right. Well, this is Exodus 17 and 14.
Finish it up.
And the Most High Yahweh said unto Moses, write this for a memorial in a book and rehearse it in the ears of Joshua. For I will utterly put out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven. And that's why I brought that over to our 118. Because that's ultimately when Amalek, that remembrance of them going to be put out, man. You know, pursuant to the book of Job, where it talk about where is he? Those that they gonna be like, where is he? You know what I'm saying? The dream. Yeah. They go, where is this guy?
Let me see.
Yeah.
What was the Amalek?
Yeah.
Cause there ain't gonna be no white people here. White people just gonna be done. It gonna be like, damn, white people just gonna be gone. You ain't gonna see no more so-called white people no more, man. You know, like damn, where's that person with pale skin, with lepers, the son of the wicked? Where is he? It's like the scripture that it's gonna be go away just like his own dung.
Let me grab this real quick before I grab that one. This is the book of Proverbs chapter 2, verse.
There's no point for the Most High sees no point for Edomite to be alive.
Proverbs 2 verse 22. It say, but the wicked shall be cut off from the earth, and the transgressor shall be rooted out of it.
Damn.
Yeah, it's straight to the point. So like it, man.
Yeah, man.
Hey, so you want the one Job?
Yeah, Job 20 and it's like.
And just like now,
Seven,
yeah, just like now, how we come into the promised land and they attacking us, and this is why these points right here is the reason why the Most High hates the so-called white man so much, and we hate the so-called the so-called white man, because these things, just like now, here it is, we trying to build us a nation. He has a problem with it. That's why he gonna come in like a flood. And guess what? The Lord, Isaiah 59:19, he gonna lift up a standard again on them, which is going to be us.
Yep.
We gonna defeat them just like then. We're gonna lift up a standard.
Yeah, because that's what happened during the time of Egypt. All right, the Egyptians tried to roll on us. The Lord lifted up that standard because that damn flood came in, which was a different standard back then.
Man.
But and then too, more so is like the reason why Esau got to go, like the brothers harping on, was like because he just not right, man. It's like every other, you look at all the other nations, like, you know, brothers have encounters with them other nations, like on day to day or, you know, at work. Them other nations, they ain't all that, you know, ain't all that bad. I mean, they wicked as fuck too, but it's like Esau is like, something's really wrong with this man. You know what I'm saying? Like he has to go, man. Like, you know, you talk to like a heathen, like a Moabite or something like that. He ain't really doing what Esau doing, man. Esau just his vibration is totally, it's just off, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you off, man. But just Job chapter 20, verse 6, it say, though his ecstasy mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever.
Right, yeah, that's cutting off the remembrance from under heaven.
Okay. It say, yet shall he perish forever. It says, like his own dung.
Yeah, right, because really, when you have a bowel movement, they call it number 2. It break down.
Yep.
It decomposes just like a body, and then you know what I'm saying. It goes back to the earth.
Yep.
And that's how Esau gonna be.
They call if I'm mistaken, they call that like biodegradable.
Yeah,
anything that's biodegradable,
That's right.
it breaks back down and it just goes back into the earth.
That's right. Huh?
It's this is back in Job 20 verse 7 say, yet shall he perish forever, and like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he?
Go ahead.
He shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. Yeah,
Man, we gonna try to even you sometimes remember, man, fuck that nigga.
Yeah, man.
We gonna stop thinking about him, man. Like,
That's gonna be a crime.
Exactly. Like, man, what you say? He saw. Hey,
Thinking about him.
y'all remember they said that on Simba. I mean on Lion King. When Scar took Mufasa's position, he like don't utter his he like that name shall not be uttered in this kingdom again, man. Yeah. So hey, brother might bring up Esau like, hey man, don't say that name. Yeah, man, you fucking up. No, but hey, the Lord willing though, man, we ain't gonna be thinking about his ass, man.
He ain't gonna think about
man,
it.
it's one because he an afterthought, man. Because Esau, that's crazy how you can have all this wealth, all these women, all these, you know, this land, and you just, why are you thinking about us, man? Right. You know what I mean? We here in the ghetto, we ain't got shit. It's like, why are you hard? Like, if I was in position, I'd be like, here.
Just like then, we didn't have nothing. We was nomads.
Yeah.
So here it is. He had a establishment.
Yeah.
If he came up to war against us with shield and swords, so he had something going on.
Yeah, he did.
You know, so he came up against us when we was at our weakest point. You know. No, I'm just adding on.
Yeah, that was it. I was gonna say, well, you gotta go there.
Hold on, we just gotta finish up this last 15.
This is Exodus chapter 17 and verse 15. And Moses built an altar and called the name of it, let's say Jehovah Nasai. It said, for he said, because the Most High Yahweh has sworn that the Most High Yahweh will have war with Amalek from generation to generation.
Right, it's really just Yahweh, man. You know, we give Moses built because he gave honor to Most High because he beat him, really. And we're gonna have war against him for generation to generation till this day, until that last, like the brother said, it really ain't a war. The war will send his son to just literally do away with the World War III armies, the NATO and the EU armies, and whatever all the armies that come up against. Right. It's gonna be all the world army gonna come against Yahweh Shai. He gonna do away with them, and whoever is the survivors of that army, everyone else is gonna go straight to slavery.
Yeah, because Esau, he gonna get outclassed, man. Yeah. Like you see, brothers watching like fights, whatever. Like you see, like one opponent just get completely outclassed. Like using the. That's what happened when you're
undisputed.
Undisputed.
Every judge say
it was unanimous decision, man. Like it was like hands down, without a shadow of doubt, a blind person could see that you ain't got no chance, man. But you got it done.
So Numbers 24 and 20. And when he looked upon Amalek, and when he looked on Amalek, he took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever.
Bam.
Damn, that was
cold.
yeah, that was cold.
Hey, that's just what it is, man. So that's the battle of when Amalek attacked Israel in Exodus 17. So we hope it was edifying. With that, we'd love to give our praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakar Kadash, Barakatah.
Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations to the brothers that teaching truth and sincerity. Shalom.
Shalom, man. Till next time.
Until next time, man. You know?
Hey, that was a beautiful lesson, huh?
Yeah,
Cause you was working.